Up next, the Hawks taking on the Pacers. For Atlanta, every game presents another chance to improve and refine their brand of basketball. They want to win each half, each quarter, each minute, each possession. Pacers, Hawks is next. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. Quite a few injuries here between the two teams. 5 players out tonight.
5 players unavailable tonight. A lot of minutes and shots to go around.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. In the front court, the forwards Mathurin and Siakam. Neesmith is out there with Nembhard, and it's Huff in at the center position. And for the Hawks, Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Daniels, and it's Kispert in at the small forward position. Greg, no secret that these teams don't like each other. Could things get a little chippy tonight?
It would not surprise me at all, Kevin. These teams, not only fierce rivals, but there's a little bit of animosity for one another. Throw in the fact that both these teams play in the same conference. Yeah, I'd say the spirits might be high tonight.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Johnson with a screen on Nembhard. Right block shot. And that one hits back iron. Neesmith with the ball. And Daniels picks him up defensively. Shot's good by Alexander-Walker.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
And that begins what should be a terrific battle between these teams.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder. We got to talking about Pascal Siakam. I'll be honest, I love his game, Coach said, but we have to look for ways to stop him. I'm hopeful we can disrupt his rhythm and push him off his spots. So not letting Pascal get what he wants is the game plan here. Back to you, Kevin.
Allie, thank you so much.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. For Indiana, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And taken away by Johnson. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Alexander-Walker from deep. And it's Mathurin with the rebound. And Mathurin has got the ball here for Indiana. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. Kispert finds Okongwu. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Okongwu's now got his second basket of the game. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
And let's not forget their hustle. They've been running every chance they get, and that has led to easy scoring opportunities in transition.
Now Kispert, following the three-point attempt by Pascal Siakam. Kispert kicks to Daniels. Inside, it's tipped. 6 on the shot clock. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Siakam. And despite all the accolades, GA, is it possible that Pascal Siakam is underrated?
Absolutely. Spicy P is one of the best two-way players in the league. Exceptionally versatile, and his impact goes beyond his impressive stat line.
Pacers trail by 6. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Now Neesmith. Can they get it? And he sinks the layup.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
And so here's Atlanta. Daniels dishes to Okongwu. Pass to Alexander Walker. To the paint. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Nembhard the pass to Huff. Here's Siakam. Down low. Okongwu grabs the board.
Well, the defense challenged him just enough to force that miss. They really collapsed when he got close to the rim.
The Hawks working the ball around. And here's Johnson outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Johnson's got 5 now.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And now they are just going to keep riding that momentum with the hot hand.
Nembhard with it. Defended by Alexander Walker. Siakam against Johnson. Siakam, that's good.
It's important that Siakam plays with confidence from there. I mean, when he does, the results are often like that one.
Now, here's Johnson. He's got 5. Kispert kicks to Johnson. 6 to shoot. And Johnson with the stop.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Here's Neesmith. Pass to Huff. Here's Mathurin. Siakam deciding where to go with it. Sinks the three-pointer. He has 5.
Yeah, you got to get out on that. Siakam demonstrating that ability to hurt you from beyond.
Johnson with the bounce pass. Kispert finds Daniel. Alexander Walker on the wing. Clock at 6. They get it back. Pass to Kispert. A three-pointer off the mark.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Now, here's Neesmith. He's covered by Daniels. Neesmith, the pass to Siakam. Three-pointer. Johnson with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Johnson. 7 points in the game. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. And Nembhard has it in the corner. Pass to Mathurin. Indiana needs to get a shot off. For 3, Siakam. And it's Daniels with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 6. Kispert, the pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Kispert. Outside Daniel. Offline with his 3. Indiana's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Mathurin passes to Huff. Here's Alexander Walker. Nembhard covering. Okongwu kicks to Daniels. Johnson for 3. And it's Mathurin with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks, guys. No doubt that a healthy Kristaps Porzingis is still a unicorn for what he can bring to a team. When Atlanta pulled the trigger to bring him in, they envisioned him stretching the floor, and Porzingis has opened up about recovering from the illness that sidelined him during the 2025 NBA playoffs. Guys, the Hawks are hoping he can be the player that helps get them back into the postseason. Their entire 2025-26 regular season hinges on KP.
He is a big factor. All right, John, thanks for the update. And he makes the first. And one of the many challenges for a small market team like the Pacers, Greg, going up against that luxury tax.
And they've avoided carrying a payroll that would incur the tax. But right when they said they were planning to do just that, the Bucks stunned everyone with the maneuver to secure Pacers center Miles Turner and perhaps let him off the hook.
And so it's Daniels who brings up the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. 4-point game. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And the Hawks with possession here. Pass to Kispert. 5 on the clock. Okongwu kicks to Johnson. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Pacers trail by 4. Siakam for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Siakam's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Pacers. Here's Atlanta now. Alexander Walker with the ball. And here's Daniels. Pass to Kispert. Atlanta again missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Siakam. And finished off by Siakam.
And those are 2 loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
Atlanta shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Okongwu with a screen on Mathurin. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And taking a look back at last year's numbers, he's about a 76% shooter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Luke Kennard comes in for Corey Kispert. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Dyson Daniels. Indiana trailing here. Siakam outside. Pass to Mathurin. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And using that body to his advantage, Mathurin will learn to control his strength as he grows in the league. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Now, here's McConnell. Pass to Siakam. Back to McConnell. Shot clock at 6. Over McCollum. A shot by McConnell, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Okongwu with the screen for McCollum. Kennard, the pass to McCollum. Spins. And he makes that one. Now it's a 4-point Hawks lead.
Look at McCollum just going to work. So good at using his creativity to find shots inside.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. The Pacers making a change here. .133 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
124 left to play in the first. McConnell against McCollum. Kennard for three. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pass to Jackson. Here's Furphy. Back to Jackson. Now McConnell. 5 to shoot. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, that'll give them something to think about.
Newell, he's checked in for Atlanta. 50 seconds left here in the opening quarter. 2 on the clock. A shot by McConnell, no good.
I'm honestly not sure what that was about. Maybe a protest against his coach.
That was a complete lapse in judgment.
Now here's McCollum. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Hawks lead by 7.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Furphy. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Now Kennard. Pass to McCollum. Back to Kennard. Lets it go from deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We come back right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
It's reflected in their assist totals. This is a great start offensively.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got C.J. McCollum. He's out there with Luke Kennard. And Gay is in at the 4 spot. Here's Krejci. And there it is for him. Krejci's got the lead up to 9 now for Atlanta.
We've all fallen in love with the three-point shot, but that is how the game was designed to be played. Down low, get close, open looks.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Kevin. The Pacers are all about winning. And Coach Rick Carlisle said, our young players are having to earn their way. They're not being given anything. It's the only way to do things, in my opinion. If you want to build championship habits, you got to do it on a merit-based, accountability type of basis. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
From downtown, Furphy, no good. Indiana moving it around. McConnell in the corner. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Pass to Krejci. Here's Koloko. And here's McCollum for 3. Rebounded by Jackson.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
You know, Jim, throughout his career, C.J. McCollum has been the model of consistency.
Well, you can count on him to get you 20 with efficient shooting, Kevin. We've seen it now for over a decade. And I love his calm, steady demeanor. It stabilizes his team.
Here's Gay. Pass to McCollum. In the corner, Kennard with it. The Hawks again can't hit. Pacers trail by 11. Now McConnell. Here's Shepard. The offensive rebound. And here's Walker outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Walker's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Indiana. And so McCollum will bring it up for Atlanta. They've led by as many as 11 points. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Back to Johnson. From the line. Jump shot is good. And it's 9 points for Johnson.
Well, with his ability to both score and facilitate, McCollum really fits the combo guard label.
Knocks it loose and taken away by Johnson. To the inside. Gay. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's a 12-point Hawks lead.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Nembhard. McConnell sets a screen for Nembhard. Now Siakam. And another three for Indiana.
Oh, the numbers speak for themselves. Siakam showing great versatility on the offensive end.
Here's McCollum. Pass to Gay. Back to Johnson. Lock at 6. McConnell with it. Siakam against Johnson. Siakam kicks to McConnell. The shot's good on the assist by Siakam. McConnell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. McCollum deciding where to go with it. To the middle. Here's Gay. Banked in off the glass. Gay's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's the shot they were looking for, right under the hoop.
Pass to Jackson. Jackson, a screen on Johnson. Back to Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, this is a good reminder for anybody who thinks he's too small for a 5. His athletic ability totally levels the playing field.
The Hawks leading by 6. McCollum dishes to Johnson. Here's Gay. Fires top of the key. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
Now, here's Siakam. 13 points in the game. Kept alive. Pass to Nesmith. Now McConnell. Goes back up. The shot that time, not on target. Hawks have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Johnson outside. Three-pointer, Daniels. The Pacers pull it in. Jackson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Siakam. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Jalen Johnson.
A big man who can score, rebound, and pass. This is why Siakam has become a huge piece of this team.
And so the timeout here taken by Rick Carlisle. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Alexander Walker comes in for C.J. McCollum. Indiana also making some changes. Huff's checked in, and it's Benedict Mathurin in for T.J. McConnell. Throw good, Siakam. And legs from going undrafted to becoming a 3-point contest champion, you had to fight for your place in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, that's an understatement. Yes, undrafted in '88. I played in just about every league imaginable, including a year in France. Had a bunch of 10-day contracts early on, but I didn't get my first full-time NBA contract until 1993 with the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, your perseverance and tenacity definitely paid off.
Certainly didn't take no for an answer, I can tell you that.
Here is Daniels. Nothing on the board, and he gets it to go.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, he took that up with great confidence. Tremendous finish.
Pacers trail by 8. Outside Mathurin. They set the screen. Back to Nemhard. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
Atlanta leading by 8. Now, Alexander Walker. Back to Daniels. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Daniels has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
Huff passes to Siakam. And here is Neesmith. He's covered by Daniels. And Siakam has it in the corner. Good on the three-point shot. Siakam's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Pacers.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
Now here's Kispert. Still without a basket. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. And the Hawks lead by 10. Indiana's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. Mathurin finds Neesmith. Indiana moving the ball around. Siakam, that's good.
And he can answer with the best of them. Siakam stealing the thunder there.
Alexander Walker passes to Daniels. Johnson outside. Pass to Kispert. Alexander Walker on the wing. Nemhard covering. Here's Mathurin. Here's Siakam. Defended by Kispert. Siakam left side. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And wiry strong. Siakam just snakes inside and makes a nice play off the contact.
Okongwu with a screen on Mathurin. Pass to Alexander Walker. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Nemhard. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Pacers trail by 5. In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of their starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
So it's Atlanta now. The Pacers making the shot. Kispert kicks to Johnson. Releases. Jump shot is good that time. 11 points for Jalen Johnson.
Oh, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
Johnson against Siakam. A rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. There's the steal. Siakam against Johnson. It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Siakam.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Pass to Okongwu. Back to Alexander Walker. Mathurin for 3. Good! good, and a nice assist from Siakam. Siakam's got 3 assists tonight.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
Here's Alexander Walker. 5 points in the game. Okongwu with a screen on Nembhard. Kispert, bounce pass. Johnson, that's for 2. Good D by Siakam. And Mathurin has got the ball here for Indiana. Mathurin with a screen for Nembhard. And a wide open look for Siakam. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Alexander Walker. There it is, his 3rd basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3. Indiana trailing here. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Shoots from 12. Rebound, Atlanta. Johnson's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Clock management is everything right here. Time and score are paramount.
Siakam for 3. Drains the three-pointer. Siakam's got 30. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Hawks lead by 1. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
Thanks so much, Rick. What did you think of your team's offensive execution in the first half?
We got to get it moving more. We got to get it driven more. They're very physical. You try to run plays, they blow all that stuff up. And so, bottom line with our offense, we got to get some more stops. That'll help our offense.
Defense leads to offense. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Allie, for that. And folks, we'll be back with you after this short halftime break. So don't go away. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Pascal Siakam in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
And so it's Indiana with it. They trail by 1. On the court for Indiana. Neesmith on the wing. He's paired with Mathurin. Then there's Andrew Nembhard. Then it's Pascal Siakam. And it's Huff in at the center, filling out the middle. Mathurin with the ball. Defended by Kispert. For the lead. Rebound by Kispert. Atlanta's shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. And Tim, breaking down Jalen Johnson's game, what jumps out to you?
Well, Kevin, I think it's his versatility. He can really do everything out there. And when you combine it with his size and athleticism, he's got star written all over him.
And that one falls for Johnson. Tim, when you think about how the game is currently being played, how hard do you think it is to defend?
It's a lot tougher than it used to be because you have much more ground to cover defensively with the number of three-point shooters that are on the floor, plus the number of guys that understand how to draw fouls.
And the league changes, don't they, in the way they officiate, so that is kind of an ever-changing way to grasp what you do on the defensive end.
Yeah, the league has tried to help defenders, give them a little bit more leeway because of how difficult it is to defend this level of skill.
The Hawks leading by 3. Stolen by Nembhard. And here we go. It's stolen by Johnson. Pass to Kispert. Now, Alexander Walker. Outside Daniel. 6 to shoot. From past the arc. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And so Indiana again turning it over. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Pascal Siakam's veteran presence is hugely valuable to this Pacers team. Coach Rick Carlisle said, quote, his experience is really important to us. He doesn't get rattled, his personality stays consistent, but things get frantic in games. He is a calming influence on our young players. Back over to you guys.
A cagey veteran. Allie, we thank you very much.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
The Pacers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. On the free throw, no good. Atlanta leading by 4 to the inside. Johnson back to Alexander Walker. Pass to Kispert. Okongwu dishes to Kispert. Takes it off the glass.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Huff. Lets it go with the 3. Good, and a nice assist from Siakam.
And plays with solid floor recognition. Siakam continues to fine-tune those playmaking skills.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Alexander Walker. Emhart covering. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
When you have someone running point who's also a factor at the rim like that, it's a huge advantage.
Here's Siakam after the basket by Atlanta. And Indiana, another 3.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Okongwu finds Kispert. And here is Johnson. And stolen by Siakam. Down low. Here's Mathurin. Can't cash in from close range. The Hawks leading. Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Kispert. Now Alexander Walker. Johnson with a screen on Nembhard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. And stolen by Siakam. To the paint. Mathurin passes to Nembhard. Ball's knocked loose. And stolen by Daniels. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Siakam. Pass to Okongwu. Now here's Kispert. Defended by Mathurin. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Kispert. Takes the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Kispert's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Yeah, their inside-outside game, very effective. That was a great pass.
Outside Mathurin. There's the pick. Here's the 3. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Pass to Alexander Walker. Johnson surveying the floor. Driving in, and Johnson with the stop.
making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
And so it's Indiana with it, following the bucket by the Hawks. And a wide open look for Mathurin. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Johnson, the pass to Alexander Walker. Now here's Kispert. Okongwu kicks to Kispert. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
And one thing about this league we know, momentum can change in an instant.
Here's Nembhard. He has 5. Inside, shot to stop the run.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
It looked like a let-up from the team in the lead.
Daniels passes to Alexander Walker. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. A three-pointer is right on target. Kispert's got 11 points in the quarter.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, whatever they talked about at halftime, it's working now.
Now, here's Siakam. 32 points in the game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. When you think about elite offensive players, Tim, what's one area that can really put them over the top and into a completely different category?
I think it's those guys that have a willingness to move without the basketball. If you have a willingness to run and cut and respace, it's going to create a lot of problems for a defense.
Has that even become more of a thing now as you watch these high-octane space and pace type offenses?
There is no question it's become something that's a priority for teams now, and I also think the ingenuity of these young coaches creates a better flow offensively if you're willing to run without the basketball.
That's terrific. Atlanta making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. Siakam hits them both. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Atlanta leading by 9. Here's Alexander Walker. He's got 12. Kennard for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's just good coaching. They have made the better adjustments.
And so the timeout here taken by Rick Carlisle. He's ready to talk things through with them. Jackson, he's checked in for the Pacers. Pacers trail by 12. Pass to Nesmith. Outside Mathurin. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander Walker. That's foul number 2 for him. Huff passes to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Nembhard finds Jackson. Rebound by Kispert. Atlanta leading by 12. And here's Kennard. He's got 6. And it's Kispert in the corner. Off target with his 3. Indiana's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Pass to Mathurin. Here's Nembhard. The 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Daniels passes to Alexander Walker. Now Kennard. Off target from three-point range. Daniels against Nimhart. Pass to Neesmith. Shot from the wing. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Kennard kicks to Kispert. Back to Kennard. Now Alexander Walker. Nimhart covering, and he's going up for the alley-oop. Now the Pacers moving it up. Here's Neesmith. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. And so it's Daniels who brings up the ball for the Hawks. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Kispert finds Kennard. Back to Kispert. Shot clock at 5. Here's Daniels. Daniels controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Daniels has got the lead up to 14 now for the Hawks.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
Alexander Walker passes to Kispert. Kennard against Mathurin. Pass to Okongwu. Hawks passing it around. To the middle. Here's Mathurin. Kennard with the rebound.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
He seems like he's moving okay, but clearly something isn't right.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's got 12. Kispert, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Neesmith, the pass to Nimhart. Outside Mathurin. To the left wing. Here's Neesmith. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Hands it from downtown. Kennard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Hawks. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
It's Nimhart on the wing. Back to Neesmith. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
What a heads-up pass to know that his teammate was going to be available down in the paint.
Pass to Kispert. Here's Alexander Walker. Nimhart covering. Okongwu with the screen for Daniels. Off target from outside. Pacers trail by 13. Nimhart with it. He's got 7. To the inside. Here's Jackson. Lays it up off the glass. Jackson's got 6.
A point-blank range. That is too easy.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be right back after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, he made it look simple, but that's not always easy to execute.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. C.J. McCollum out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Johnson, and Gay is in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the Hawks 5. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got assist number 5 here tonight.
In this era of the NBA, you just can't let guys have good looks from the 3. Pretty much everyone in this league can make you pay.
Walker's shot is off. Atlanta leading by 14. Stolen by Walker. Pass to Shepard. And here is Siakam. Outside, Walker fires the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball.
And we're playing about as much defense as they did there. Not nearly enough.
Cullen passes to Krejci. Johnson outside. Here's Gay. Here's Krejci. Just 5 to shoot. Johnson's shot is off. Here's Shepard. Kennard covering. The kick out to Walker. There's the three. Connects from three-point range. Walker's got it back down to within single digits for the Pacers. Johnson with a screen on McConnell. A three from McCollum. Atlanta again missing. And Walker's got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Now, here's Siakam. And McConnell gets it to go.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
And they've made some big plays to get back in it. This game is a toss-up now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's McConnell. Pass to Jackson. Jackson setting the pick here for Siakam. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And when you thought this fourth quarter was simply a formality, all of a sudden the offense picks up, and now we have a game.
The Hawks leading by 6. McCollum outside. Over McConnell. No good off the front eye. Indiana's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Back to Siakam. Rebound, Atlanta. Johnson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Driving the lane, uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Hawks lead by 8. The Pacers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Atlanta making a switch here. Okongwu's checked in. The Pacers also with a sub. Ruff's checked in. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He told them, quote, if we'd worked harder on the glass, we'd probably be up right now. Show some heart. Show some pride. It was a very direct message. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Allie. And it's Shepard, top of the key. Pass to McConnell. Here's Huff, covered by Okongwu. Huff passes to Siakam. Shot clock at 3. Walker finds McConnell. That 3 off the mark. Atlanta leading by 8. McCollum outside. Here's Okongwu.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
The Pacers shooting well. They're at 45%. Now, here's McConnell. 3-pointer. And it's Shepard missing. In the corner, Kennard with it. And stolen by Siakam. Here's Walker. Pass to Huff. Out of bounds. Atlanta takes possession. And some changes here for the Pacers. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Walker. Aaron Nesmith comes in for Shepard. And Andrew Nembhard's subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Johnson outside. Daniels with the bounce pass. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. There's the pick. Alexander Walker passes to Kispert. 2 points. That one goes. 15 points here for Corey Kispert.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Well, the volume has been there, but so has the efficiency, which is why they're in control of this game.
Pass to Nesmith. Johnson against Siakam. Tries from the block. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 11 rebounds in the game. Now, here's Kispert, defended by Mathurin. Here's Alexander Walker, misses the three.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide open three.
Outside Mathurin, Daniels with the steal. Here's the drive, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 14. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And I also really like the pace they've played with in this one, specifically how high tempo it's been, clearly working to their advantage so far.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Alexander Walker passes to Daniels. Four on the shot clock. And it's Kispert in the corner. And the three off target. Pacers trail by 14. Siakam outside. From the arc. Rebound by the Hawks. Johnson outside. Alexander Walker on the wing. Back to Johnson. Pass to Kispert. And a miss there on the triple. For Indiana, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Neesmith can't get it to go. The Hawks leading by 14. Now Okongwu. On the wing, Daniels. Johnson against Mathurin. Here's Kispert. The Hawks again can't hit.
Yeah, no reason to fade away there.
They set the pick. Mathurin passes to Huff. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. And that one misses. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Atlanta Hawks, leading by 12. Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Siakam. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. So it's the Pacers now. Siakam outside. Fires the three. Rebound, Atlanta. Here's Atlanta. They're on a 14-6 run. Alexander Walker passes to Daniels. Now, here's Kispert. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, after a great start, he has really cooled off pretty quickly.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
He just wants the ball more than anybody else on the floor, and it's ending up in his hands as a result. That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
Pacers trail by 16. Pass to Neesmith. Mathurin for three. Daniels pulls it down.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Okongwu from 13 feet. It's in.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple right now.
Now, here's Neesmith. Here's Huff, covered by Okongwu, and the layup is off. Now, Alexander Walker. Here's Okongwu. 6 to shoot. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Pacers trail by 18. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Siakam. Johnson rips down the board. And it's the Hawks' ball. They're on an 18-6 run. Here's Alexander Walker. Ahmad covering. Shoot from 12. Daniels fires. And the 3 misses.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped. And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Hawks.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop him. Just another excellent game it was for Johnson.
And when he's dominant on the glass, his team benefits in so many ways. He took a lot of pressure off of his teammates tonight.
And so Siakam will bring it up for the Pacers. They trail by 18. Good on the basket. And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Now here's Johnson. Alexander Walker with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Johnson outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Hawks lead by 19.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
What a great performance. They have given the fans their money's worth.
Pass to Mathurin. Here's Huff. And it's out of bounds. Let's see. They say last touch by Mathurin.
Yeah, mistakes like that have been the story of the game. They lack cohesion offensively.
And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jalen Johnson.